Okay, so let's see. So we got a game here. I know there's at least one bug, but before we address the bug, I think I want to stub out some maps to give me more to work with. I think that's the right move. So let's start by doing that. I need to adjust my audio really quick. This is blowing my ears out. Wait, that's not right. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let's make some new maps, I guess. So I have a map that's 2 screens horizontal, and then 2 quick and dirty placeholders that are just a single screen each. And I think I want one that's 1x2, one that's 2x1, and one that's 2x2. And that will allow me to ensure that the geometry that my cursor, infrastructure, etc. handles that geometry. So let's sub out some of those. And this is quick and dirty and ugly, but it doesn't really matter. This isn't actual... these won't be production assets or whatever. We just want something to experiment with here. So what is this? Y is 17. So I guess we want to go down to Y 34. Is there a better way to do this? I guess we'll let our big map go out this way. It doesn't matter how we partition out this space. We just kind of need to Tetris the maps to fit what we have available. Let's make a little lake or something, little oasis, just so we can kind of see where we are. We don't actually care how this looks now. It's just something to serve as a landmark. That'll be fine. It's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is right now. Or wait, is it a filter? Okay, this is it. All right, that's how you do it. So let's say we want x is 0 to x is 31, so we want 32 tiles of width, I guess, and we're starting at 48. So we want to go out to tile 80, I think. guess let's make some islands in this one. Oh shit. Is there an undo? Yep. I think I don't actually care how this looks. I would like that to be more of a smaller island, I guess. Something like that, maybe. I guess that'll be fine. So now let's make sure that our map system accommodates spawning in at these different coordinates. Because right now I think it's going to spawn in the top left of each map, I think. Yeah, okay. But we aren't loading each map because I haven't changed the coordinates yet. And this sprite is just garbage. That doesn't mean anything. I need to just take that out. So, reset. Okay, so somewhere I have our maps listed. Where did I put that? put that here. So map 2 starts at coordinate 32, 0. 32, 0. I don't remember what these are, but I don't think I need them. And then the width is 16, but the height is 32. And you start at position 48, but you're 32 wide and 32 tall. That is borked partially. Map 2 is borked. So that's weird. The horizontal scroll works, but the vertical does not. It's a little weird. Before we track that down, let me check this out. There used to be a bug where you would clip out of bounds if you transitioned among maps and you weren't at the 0, 0 position, or rather you weren't on the first screen. So let's see if we can reproduce that. So I can't go out of bounds horizontally, and the camera doesn't follow me to the bottom of this map, even though it should. So that's a bug. And it looks like we also have a bug when you go to the you win screen, or presumably the you lose screen, but that's probably straightforward to fix. We don't care about that right now anyway. So let's figure out what's happening with the boundary problem. But before we do that, let's commit these maps. These are fine. Okay. So let's see what the deal is here. So the text on screen is just some quick and dirty debug script I wrote that outputs some of the variable values that we're interested in. So the bug is probably in our camera code or our cursor code or maybe in our map definitions, but I sort of doubt it. The map definitions seem fine at a glance. I don't see anything wrong with them. Okay, so I guess let's go through this. This previously would scroll down, which is... It makes me wonder when this stopped working. Because initially the first map was a little bit larger than it is now. What the hell's going on here? And I don't know what I changed that broke it. Wait, does our cursor move? The cursor is fine. The cursor is moving to its position. It's the camera that isn't following. So it's probably where our bug is. Let's see what that does. So the logic here is that we don't want the camera to be pinned exactly with the movement of the cursor, because we want the cursor to move freely within the screen, because otherwise it just becomes annoying. But I'm going to try to take some of that intentional slop out and see what that does for us here. It's weird. So in the Y direction, the camera and cursor are pinned. It's just that the camera isn't actually moving. But it looks like the value is being set right. So there's probably some issue at the boundary between the code I've written and the code that calls out to the actual Pico API method. That seems like that's where that would have to be. And probably the problem is right about here. So let's put the slop back in. Just comment out that crap we changed a second ago. I don't even know if I need to run make between every change. I don't think I actually do. Okay. Cool. Okay, that was it. We had a less than when we wanted a greater than. Cool. So that is fixed, and now let's check that issue and ensure that we can't slip out of bounds when transitioning. Between maps, yeah. So let's go on to the second screen and go to the next map. Okay, and we are reset. Okay, great. Wait, not great. Where's our cursor? Oh, the problem happens vertically. It doesn't happen horizontally, but it does happen vertically. Let's reset that and take another look. So if we go horizontal and transition, our cursor starts at 0, 0, like it should. If we go down to a high Y value, our camera stays the cursor stays high, but the cursor initializes high, but the camera stays low. So we need to reset the camera position to 0, 0 also, which is weird because I would have thought I'm doing that, but I guess clearly I'm not. We fixed one bug, so let's commit that. And now what are we doing? We're fixing a map transition bug. So let's reproduce the problem one more time. When we're scrolling horizontally and we go to the next map, the camera and cursor is in the correct position. But when we go to a high Y value and transition, the cursor moves but the camera does not. Okay. That's probably where we're loading maps is my guess. Let's see what happens in map.load. This is a stupid problem. I think that's it. I meant to assign the camera's X and Y value, and instead I assigned the X value twice. So that was a stupid typo. So we go to a high X value, go to the next map, and we reset. We go to a high Y value. We reset. Okay, and that fixed one problem. The camera now goes to the correct location, but it animates there rather than warps there. And in the event of a map load, we would prefer to warp there. So that's not quite an edge case, but it's something I didn't think about. I can probably just physically move the camera here. see what that does. I'm surprised that didn't fix it. No, I'm not. I'm not surprised I didn't fix it. Yeah, I need this method, and I need to call it directly. I think. Let's try this. I don't know if I am or am not surprised. Self dot. I am a little surprised because I figured setting. Oh look, I did. Wait. I had two stupid bugs. Okay, yeah, no. I did the same thing twice. Same stupid bug twice. Both times in the Y direction. So this setting to 0, 0 should cause the camera to warp on the next loop, I think. Let's see what that does. Okay. So that was just two stupid typos. So let's reset and run the boundaries of each map and ensure that we can't clip out of bounds somehow. But I think we're probably in a good spot by now. Okay. That looks like that's fixed, so great. Let's commit that and then fix our other bugs. Let's run through that again and reproduce the other bug that I think we have. So the next bug that we have is if we go to a non-initial screen and then go to the victory or defeat screen, yeah, the you win or you lose text is rendered off screen and soft locks the game. But the soft lock isn't itself a problem because when you win or lose, you just got to reset the card. So it's not like there's even controls that you're supposed to have, but you should see the screen. So let's see. So right now to transition among screens, all I've done is set up some key cords that allow me to win or lose without having to actually play the game because the game isn't playable. So it's going to be somewhere in there is where the bug is, presumably. I think I have a screens probably in here. Okay. And presumably the fix for the victory and defeat screens will be the same. So really, okay, what am I doing? I'm doing a rect fill at 000, so probably just need to move the camera. Let's look up what rect fill does really quick. And I'm pretty sure the deal is that the rectangle we are filling is probably a coordinate in the space of the entire graphical buffer and not just what is visible on the camera. And I think that's what I goofed up. So if we're going to do a rect fill at 0, 0, I think I can just warp the camera to 0, 0. I think that will probably resolve the problem. So let's go over here, so somewhere on that seam between the first two screens, and then let's lose the game. Okay, and that looks good. Let's do that a few more times to make sure we got it, but I think we did. It's still not immediately obvious to me how the map and the recfill stuff fit together. I guess there's like a graphics buffer probably and a map buffer which is presumably read-only. I don't know. But we did fix this anyway, so that's good. The make check I'm doing there is mostly a placeholder for now. I have a Docker container that runs Lua check and example unit tests, but I am not currently doing any actual meaningful unit testing. But we do have the capability to do that, and when the game logic becomes more sophisticated, that's going to become pretty valuable, I think. But for the time being, it's mostly just a linter, I guess. So now I'm not even sure what to work on immediately, because that took a lot less time to sort out than I kind of expected that it would. So let's stare at this for a minute. I had to-dos on another machine, but I forgot to commit them, so that sucks. Yeah, that's all useless. So let's see, what can we do here? I guess the next thing is to probably start thinking about sprites, because now our map and cursor functions all seem to work. So we can move from title screen into a game loop, and within the game loop we can move from map to map to map, and along the way we can fail, and if we don't fail, we'll win. That all, as of now, appears to work fine. So now I guess we probably need to start working on the concept of putting units in the game and putting players in the game, because right now there's only, well, there isn't any of that, and obviously you need that. And I think the way to proceed will be to probably build the game initially as a strictly two-player game, make it all work, and then go back in and make a kind of player 2 adapter for a CPU opponent. I think that's probably the most sensible way to solve the problem. But then before that too, we might as well actually create a main menu of some sort that properly launches the game, because even from the main menu, I'm using a debug cord to advance the screen. And then I don't really care about this, but I mean, obviously everything looks like garbage right now. Title screen looks like garbage. I don't really want to invest in aesthetics yet, because I don't have a plan for aesthetics, but that's something to keep in mind. But I think the next thing to work on will probably be to make it such that you can just select and teleport a unit, and then once that works, select and move a unit in an animated way. And then even before that, I guess we need a concept of initializing maps with unit placements and ensure that the units initialize on their specified cells. I think that's what we got to do. That might be another night, because I need to do some reading about how the factory pattern works in Lua, and there's no point in doing that on camera. But I think that is the next step. We update the map struct such that each map accepts an array or a list or whatever it is in Lua of unit coordinates and initializes those units in place, and then start implementing mechanisms that allow the player to warp the units from point to point, and then animate from point to point. And then when that works, will work in a second player. So player 1 moves, player 2 moves, and then we'll have like a game that looks like you're playing, even if the actual fighting mechanics aren't implemented. But a lot of the scaffolding will be in place, I guess. I think that sounds pretty reasonable. But anyway, I will wrap it up there. So that's what we'll pick it up next time. Thanks, guys.